someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
My chair just fell fucking down. Right. welcome, How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me today. Today's just going to be a chilled out video, guys. It's a Liverpool topic, a Liverpool show. We're just going to talk everything about Liverpool. Nothing's off the edge. Anything you guys want to talk about in the chat, we can talk about as well. I want to get to the thing of Darwin Nunez. We're going to talk about Darwin Nunez. Why is Darwin Nunez so hated? Don't get it myself. Jurgen Klopp getting freedom of the city. The Tottenham game coming up. I'm going to do a combined 11 between Liverpool and Spurs as well. Why not? Everyone else does it, so fuck it. And what else? Anything else, guys? Anything you want to talk about on the show today, just get it in the live chat and we can talk about it, guys. I'm here for it. Let's just chat. Let's just chat Liverpool Football Club, guys. Why not? That is just chat. Let's have a good hour and a half having a chinwag about Liverpool Football Club, and why not? Why not? What else we got to do on a Friday night? Big up to everyone in chat. Big up Baz, how you doing, my man? Bailey 19 in the house. Panoff, how are you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well, Gary. Big up 6 times, my friend. How you doing? Ravi, hope you're doing good. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Come on, already 27 people in here already. Hit the fun button. Let's get it up to 27. It's only on 18. 27 new people in here. Let's have 27 likes. Come on. Fun button, guys. It's free to hit. Let's hit that like button, guys. Right now. Go. Go. Hit that like button. The fun button underneath the video. Siberia in the house. Man like Nunez is the Spaniel Drogba. Paralysing striker known to bring chaos to the maximum. I'll take that. I would take that, Siberia. Big up, Ricky. How you doing? Edward in the house. Are you in the house? How you doing, mate? Yeah, big up to everyone in chat. Big up Jamie intro. Thank you very much, my friend. Enz, how you doing, my man? Man like Siberia. Yeah, Siberia's a man. Nunez. You'll get no hate from me on Nunez. Big up, Ricky. Big up Mr. John Moore in the house as well. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guys, all the love in the chat is nice to see. The love in the chat is nice to see. So I like it. Keeping it cool, keeping it sweet. Anna is in the house. How you doing, Anna? Hope you're doing well, darling. Hope you're doing well. I ain't thinking we're going to win too many crucial injuries for us. Mora is a question mark. No Son, no Kulo, Romero, or Richarlison. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. Intros class. Big up, Edward. Thank you very much. Big up, John Conway. Man like Curtis Jones. Man like Curtis Jones, you know. Big up Curtis Jones each and every time. But let's start off with Darwin Nunez, guys. Let's start off with Darwin Nunez, guys. So let's get to the question here. Why is Darwin Nunez hated by Liverpool fans? And it isn't just Liverpool fans. It's, some neutral fans around. I mean, I don't really care what they have to say. But Liverpool fans up and down are very 50-50 on Darwin Nunez. I would like to know from the live chat, everyone in the live chat now, do you like Darwin Nunez or you're not sure on Darwin Nunez? Let me know in the live chat, guys. Let me know in the live chat. And if you aren't sure on Darwin Nunez just yet, let me know why in the live chat as well. I'll read it all out, guys. So get you, come on, guys. This is a Liverpool chill out session. We're just having a chilled out hour and a half video, chatting to you guys. So I'll read all your chats out. Get it out in the chat right now. If you are for Darwin Nunez, I want you to tell me why. If you don't like him, let me know why. I want to know why, because Darwin Nunez for me is that forward. Look, when we bought him, everyone thought he's a number 9. The problem is we bought Darwin Nunez the same season Sadio Mane left Liverpool and Haaland went to Man City. Now, he wasn't a Mane replacement because Mane's replacement was bought in January in Luis Diaz, but no one likes to think of that. No one likes to admit that. Everyone thinks it was Mane's replacement was Darwin Nunez. It weren't. Luis Diaz came in January. Mane never played left wing again and went through the middle. Because Luis Diaz was the natural successor to Sadio Mane's position. So he was his real replacement. And then we lost Minamino, Mane and Origi. So we needed to get a forward in no matter what. And we got Darwin Nunez. And what is Darwin Nunez? This is a question a lot of people say as well. What is Darwin Nunez? Is he an out-and-out striker, a number 9? Is he sort of a left wing attacker, similar to sort of Mane? So Mane could play left wing, Mane could play through the middle. What is Darwin Nunez's preferred role? Now, I think eventually he will be our main number 9 in the team. But when I watch Darwin Nunez at the moment, I look at him and think, yeah, he's raw. He is raw. He is green. There is things to his game that he needs to temper down. There's things to his game he needs to learn and improve on. But he's got plenty of time to do it. That man's only 23. This is not like we've not bought a 29-year-old here, We've not bought a 29-year-old and he's not really going to get better than what he is now. There's growth in Darwin Nunez. I think we forget that. I think we think, all right, we've bought this player and he's ready-made, done, right, done. He's 23, man. 24. We haven't bought a 29-year-old Don who can't improve from now on. Darwin can only get better. He can only improve. Now, people will go, well, you shouldn't pay £65 million for a player that ain't quite ready yet. Well, it's the market, man. The market is the market. There's nothing you can really do about it. I remember when people said, why are we spending 36 million on Salah when we first bought him? I remember that. When we were going for Salah, you're wasting 36 million on Salah. What a waste of money that is. It's best right-sided forward in world football now. So it proved everyone wrong. The market is what it is, guys. You pay what you have to pay. It's just the way it is right now. It is just the way it is right now. It's like people in London spend £500,000 just on a 1-bedroom flat. And 3 miles down the road, someone's got a 5-bedroom house for exactly the same price. You pay what the value is. There's not much you can do about it. And forwards come with a bit more of a price tag. Look, I like Darwin Nunez. His goal contributions and his record at this moment in time speaks for itself. Let me give you a little thing here. Let me find it out. All right, hang on. So Darwin Nunez. So Darwin Nunez has 7 goals in 743 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo has 3 goals in 871 minutes. Benzema has 6 goals in 928 minutes. Raheem Sterling has 4 goals in 1,249 minutes. So Darwin Nunez' goals for minutes is better this season than Ronaldo, Benzema and Sterling. But still, people don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it. I love the guy. He's a chaos factor. There's no doubt about that. He's mad as a box of frogs. There's no doubt about that. But man, he's entertaining, you know. And at the moment, he's our most. I think he's our most dangerous weapon at the moment. I really do. I think he is our most dangerous weapon at the moment, and he has to start games. For me, right now, he has to start games. I think he's our most dangerous player. He gets forward. He creates his own opportunities. He bullies defenders. He's extremely quick. He's our quickest player by quite some way. Lightning fast. He's our most dangerous player. You know, he's got 7 goals in. You know, his goals to game to minute ratio is actually very good. And I think Jamie Carragher was saying it the other night. If he carries on this rate of goals per game and minutes, he's going to have 20 goals at the end of the season. So I don't know what we're moaning and complaining about if we're getting an attacker in who's scoring 20 goals a season. I don't get the controversy. I really don't get the controversy. I'm getting an attacker who scores 20 goals a season. What's the problem? What do you want him to do? Is it because Haaland went to Man City in the same season and there's comparisons? Haaland's a freak, man. He's a world-class goal scorer. He's a freak. Don't compare. Is it because Mane left Bayern Munich? Well, if you look at the beginning of this season to Mane's beginning of last season, you could probably argue that Darwin's is better. Now, Mane finished the season beautifully, obviously, but if you compare beginning of the season with beginning of the season, you could arguably say Darwin's better. So let's just chill on Darwin Nunez. Let's put the hatred to one side and let's just start supporting him. If you have got hatred for him, tell me why. Tell me what more you want to see from him. Tell me what more you want to see from him, because his touch is better than what people give him credit for. It's not the greatest. I've watched Lukaku his whole career have a terrible first touch, and everyone still moans about it now. The man's in his 30s. He's never going to get that touch. It's always going to be terrible. He bangs goals. If Darwin goes his career and just keeps banging goals, 20 goals every season, does it really matter if his touch isn't world class? Does it really, really matter at the end of the day? As long as he's putting the ball in the back of the net. And at the moment, he's a threat for us. Look, is he clinical? No. What did everyone think we were buying? A clinical striker? I think that's what everyone thought. I look at it and think everyone thought when Darwin Nunez came to Liverpool, I think all the fans around all Liverpool fans thought, right, we're buying a clinical striker at last. A number 9's coming in, a proper number 9, a proper tapping merchant. And that is not what he is. It's not what he is. I said that when we first bought him. Go back and watch my videos when we were first in for Darwin Nunez. And people were going like, I said, that's not what he is. He can score goals. He will score goals. He can get 15 to 20 a season, no problem. But what he is a pressing forward. He's an all-action pressing forward. Like Salah, like Mane, like Bobby. He's very similar to them players. And that's what we're getting. And that's what we got. But I think people got it in their heads that, oh man, we're buying a proper number 9, a tapping guy. Look at the goals he got for Benfica. Yeah, he'll score goals. Always will. But that's not his whole game. His whole game is a lot different, a lot more. He's more action-packed. He can get the ball on the left-hand side and he can run past defenders like they're not there. And he can put in a good cross into the box and a good pass into the box. Go and watch him for Uruguay when he plays on the left wing. Plays in the left wing in a free with Suarez through the middle. He looks excellent out there. Beats fullbacks for pace. He's powerful. Puts in good balls into the box. It's another excellent addition to our attack. I think people just got to chill on him a little bit. As I said, we haven't bought a 29-year-old who can't get any better than he is now. Bought a 23-year-old who can only get better. And in 2 or 3 years' time, we might be looking back when we first bought him and thought, why did we all think that? Why did we all sit there and think, what a load of crap? You know, it's the same with Jota. Fans still do it with Jota to this day. He scored 20 goals last season. We are so fickle as football fans. Football fans are so fickle, it's unreal. Jota, who is a forward, scored 20 goals in all competitions last season, but all you hear from some fans is, yeah, but what else did he do? What do you mean, what else did he do? He scored 20 goals. He's a forward. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Score a goal, then lay the table? What do you want him to do, man? We are so fickle. We just want, it's like we want 7 Messis on the pitch. I'd love 7 Messis on the pitch, but it's impossible. It's madness. It's madness. He's a goal scorer. What else? It's just, we've got to stop being fickle, man. As fans, we have got to stop being fickle and just let players play. You know, why are we on at them all the time? Just let them play, man. Jota gets an hat-trick and like, yeah, but his touch weren't great and his build-up play weren't great. He could have actually had 2 more or set up a couple. I've heard things like this and I'm sitting there like he just got a hat-trick. What are you on about? He's just scored a hat-trick. Oh, but his touch weren't great, Jay. And? Scored an hat-trick. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We've had Mo Salah for 5 years now. Mo Salah's not that clinical. Do you know how many chances Mo Salah misses in a game all the time? I think we should all be pulling our hair out. But the man gets 30 goals a season. So we're like, yeah, 30 goals a season. Tremendous footballer. But in theory, if you really want to be critical, like we're being critical of Darwin Nunez for some reason, we should be going to Mo like, well, really, Mo, you should be working on your finishing a bit because you could easily have 40 goals a season, the amount of chances you miss. But we're not. But for some reason, we're super critical on Darwin and we're super critical on Jota a little bit. Don't get it myself. I really don't get it. So if people are critical, let me know in the chat, guys. I'd love to read your chats. I'd love to know, guys. I really would. Trudon says, his arrogance, the celebration versus Arsenal, etc. Big up, John. I love Darwin. You know I've backed him. Nunez, yeah. I love Darwin. He has his deficiencies, but I love what he does. Well, a bit of passion, blood and thunder in the final third. Yeah, exactly. Trash footballer but gets goals. See, look, Trudon says he's a trash footballer but gets goals, but like I'm saying, he's a forward. He's a forward. So his job is to score goals. Do you know what I mean? Do we look at things a bit too... Do we try and complicate things sometimes as football fans? Do we try and over-analyse stuff and over-complicate stuff sometimes? So I'm looking at it like trash forward but gets goals. He can't be a trash footballer and if he gets goals because his job is to put the ball in the back of the net. And if he's putting the ball in the back of the net, he can't be a trash footballer. Do you see what I mean? The guy's starting to grow on me. Can't question his work rate, although he should be on 9. But he's just an absolute chaos. I can leave Darwin's name out of your thinking. I like Darwin as a type of player that gives you another dimension, which has been needing for a long time. Nunez is the guy. Goals and movement soon. Get the composure and he'll be hitting mad numbers. I agree. Big up, Jan. How you doing? I like Nunez, but need to step up. a slightly better Veron. Trudon. Nunez is going to be absolutely sick, and I can't wait until the dumb haters that talk smoke on Twitter are getting eaten by a huge humble pie, and he nails it in. Big Nunez, Suarez 2.0 incoming, blood and blood in, blood out. Big up, Vic. Jamie Darwin is a loyal house. That's why, but the madman wanted the OnlyFans / gold girl. Oh, Sabiri. Love Nunez is going to be a great player for Liverpool. That quality. So I was put 2.0. No, he's a horrible player technically. Smashing it. He's like 22. He's like 22 years old, fresh. People write off Nunez because he's not Haaland. I think that is the thing. If you look at Haaland, right? If you look at Haaland, technically Haaland's not that great either. If we're going to go down this road, I'm going to go down this road, yeah? Right, I'm doing it. I'm going down this road, all right? Technically, Haaland's not that great either. But in front of goal, he's a machine, yeah? That's the difference. In front of goal, he's a machine. But technically, he's not as good as some of the greatest number 9s ever. You know, he's not as good as a Suarez, technically. He's not as good as an Henry, technically. I don't even think he's technically better than Harry Kane as a footballer. As an all-round footballer, I don't think Haaland's technically better than Harry Kane. Maybe he's a better finisher, but not a technically better footballer. Is he technically better than Henry? No. But he bangs goals. That's what he does. He does it better than anybody. He's the best finisher in the world. That's not all what Darwin Nunez does, though. But he will score goals. He will score goals. But is Salah technically that great? I wouldn't say totally. I mean, I see. How many times in a game do you watch Salah just run into a defender? No, seriously. How many times in a game do you see Salah get the ball on the right-hand side and just run into a defender? I think we just got to chill on this, the technical side of it all. Not everyone can have the technical qualities of a Messi and a Cristiano Ronaldo in the final third, or a Lewandowski, or a Harry Kane. You're looking at them four especially. But, yeah, you know what I mean? Too bad we can't get another left winger or St. Maximin. Yeah, facts. He's media at best, let's be honest. Trudon, if he gets 20 goals at the end of the season, what are you saying? What are we saying? Trudon's a great guy, though, guys. I mean, I love Trudon. He's a good guy. Trudon's my man. Nunez is a cheating bastard. He is. I love it. Yeah, guys, be good in the chat. Look, me and Trudon can go back and forward. It's cool, but Trudon's a great guy. Me and Trudon, there's love. It's all good. People hate him because he's got a family tattoo on him. Oh, do they? I fucking love him. It's madness. Let's not swear the name. Let them hate his who gives an F line F what they think. Darwin will score in North London. Zabiri, the loan may become perma. I need to see my parent club make improvements. Time waits for no man. Big up, Cav. Cav, if you are about, I did send you the link, my friend. Even the YouTube sex box thinks he's great. Big up, Anna. 100 minutes per goal in a team that's seriously struggling. It's crazy how people are downplaying that. Big up. I can't pronounce your name, sorry. Tagara. I'll pronounce the last bit. I think that's the easiest bit. Big up to you. You're right as well. I fancy the move up north and south coast sea wind was too much. Oh, think what the north coast wind's going to be, Trudon. Jeez. He's beautiful, unpredictable, and I love that. Mont thinks he's crap because he apparently watched him dozens of times and can't take bants from his mate's child that he is. Whoa. I love Monts, Edward. I love Monts. Monts is my man. But I get you. 6 on loan. Is there an option to buy? Is there an option to buy? Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Get the likes smashed. We've got 55 people in here right now, 32 likes. Let's try and make that 55 and 55, guys. Press that fun button underneath the video. Let's get it moving, guys. Let's get it moving. People think he looks like a flopping Andy Carroll. Oh, no, it's just stupid, isn't it? Nunez ain't getting 900,000 a week. Bollocks, that's 6 times my loan, Reverend. Oh, God, that's exactly it. Haaland comparison. Wow, Benzema not scoring Champions League. No. I'll admit if he could have improved his decision making, he could probably have another 3 assists too. Yeah, look, he's not perfect, and no one's saying he is. Look, there's been games where I watch Darwin and like, oh, Darwin, just get your head up. You know, he does some really good stuff. You see him get the ball and he just glides past defenders with power and pace, and you're like, right, get your head up, and he's like, nah. And I'm like, Darwin. And that's where I think people are like coming in saying, like, if he done this and that, yeah. As I said, he's not a 29-year-old that's just come into the club and can't really improve much. He's got so much improving he can do. And what you got to think about, guys, right? He's, as Tugara says there, sorry if I'm totally butchering your name. I apologise, my friend, wholeheartedly. Like he was saying there, he's doing well in a struggling team. So if he's doing well now in a struggling team, wait till he starts to do a little bit better. He learns English because he don't know a word of it. You know, he knows more what the team is doing now and what they're capable of and what Jurgen Klopp wants him to do. And they knock some things out of him in the training ground where, you know, he gets better, more technically better, like people were saying. You know, if he's doing what he's doing now, and a lot of people don't think he's good enough, considering he's only 23, surely if he keeps on with this projection, he's only going to get better and better as the years go on. Trudon will be subscribed to his OnlyFans, so that's how good he will be. 25 when he scores 4 goals again. Jesus. Right, let's leave Trudon be. Trudon's a good man, you know. Trudon's a good man. I love Trudon. The reason people hate him, Jamie, is because he isn't Haaland, Kane, Mbappe, or Nkunku, who LFC supporters wanted, but they only wanted those players to massage their own egos and Bant's purposes. Good point. Jamie, at the same time as Mane joined 7 years ago, Nunez has a better goal scoring record playing less games. There you go. He scores goals. I don't get the problem. Same, John. Same. People will still have a problem if he scores 50 goals a season. Edwards, so they wanted him because they're better. The thing with players being better, right? This is what I will say. Players have to suit a system and a style that manager's going to play. Now, everyone told me Jadon Sancho was England's best player. Jadon Sancho is amazing. Go and get Jadon Sancho from Germany. Liverpool should go and get Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. He'll take us to the next level. He's quality. He's got everything about him. You know, he's England's best forward. He's this and that. And for what? 18 months now since he's been at Man United, he's struggled. He hasn't really done anything. He hasn't really done much. If you look at Darwin Nunez since he came from Benfica to Liverpool, you could argue that Darwin Nunez has done just as much in a few months being at Liverpool than Sancho has done in 18 months at Man United. Now, what people will tell you is that Man United don't suit Sancho. Sancho should have gone somewhere else. But then that's my point as well. All the players we say are better might not suit a style and a system that a manager wants to play with. Look at Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is arguably got all the qualities and attributes to be the best midfielder around, right? but he hasn't got it up here, and it stops him, and he doesn't fit into any system or does anything now. So we just got to be careful and all that sort of thing, you know. Yeah, and Kunku might be amazing for Leipzig. He might be amazing, and then he might come to Chelsea next season if he goes there, and he doesn't pull up any trees. And then what are people going to say? Kai Havertz was amazing at Bayer Leverkusen. He was very, very good at Leverkusen. Was Kai Havertz? He's done jack all in England. Has he been here 2 seasons now? 2 seasons. Mason Mount has a better goal ratio than him. Mason Mount, who Chelsea fans can't stand, has a better game to goal ratio than Kai Havertz in the last 3 Premier League seasons. He's got more goals than him in the last 3 Premier League seasons, including this one there, I think. But Chelsea fans can't stand Mason Mount. It's what I'm saying. We just got to be careful who we... I understand fans will always rate players in a way that, right, they've watched them, they've seen them. Fans will just like... So if it's not that player coming in, they will just not accept anyone else. And I can get it. I really can. But we just got to stop, like, if Darwin Nunez scores 20 goals this season, I don't want to hear anything really apart from well done, Darwin. Great debut season. Because if we then go, oh, he scored 20 goals, but his touch was awful and his control ain't great and he doesn't really bring people into the game that much and things like that, I'll be like, we're just picking. Because we can do this for every player. There's not a player. I can do it for Mo Salah right now. I really could do it for Mo Salah right now. I could do it to a lot of players. I could do that to a lot of players. We just got to sit there at the end of the day and go, Darwin's a Liverpool player now. There is no point berating him all the time, getting on his back all the time. Yes, he's raw. Yes, he's going to do some stupid things this season. Yes, there's going to be times when he doesn't take his chances when he should. I'll give you that. I'm not saying he's perfect. But I see Mo Salah miss so many one-on-ones. So many one-on-ones, numerous times. And no one says anything. So I think with Darwin at the moment in time, because there's a lot of bad will towards him, I don't think Darwin can do anything right. Darwin could score a hat-trick against Tottenham on Sunday, but people will still find fault with him. And if that's the case right now, how do you expect Darwin Nunez to get any better? Because in your head, you've already got it against him, no matter what he does. So it doesn't really matter. This is where that's what I'm talking about, guys. But is he going to do stuff that is going to pee you off this season? Is he going to do stuff that pees me off this season? Of course he is. Is he going to go through one-on-one and not hit the target and score? Probably. Is he going to get his head down, bolt past every defender in the back line, look absolutely amazing, but then not get his head up and put a shot wide or overhit across? Probably. But can I say that against Mo Salah as well? I could say that against Sadio Mane at the same time. I could say that about Bobby Firmino. You know, it's... Yeah, we just got to be careful, man. We just got to be careful. 15, 20 goals in all comps in his first year whilst he settles in a new league, country, language, culture, team and tactics would be very acceptable, yeah. Big up, Danny. How you doing, mate? He has time, though, so let's see what he does. Yeah, exactly, Trudon. That's what I'm saying, man. Trudon, you got it, my man. He's got time. That's what I keep saying. I think people... I'll go back to what I said earlier. I think people think we bought Darwin Nunez in as ready-made, like 28, 29-year-old player. He's not. He's 23, man. And if you think about it, he had one good year in Benfica last season where he looked amazing. And the season before that, he only got like 3 or 4 goals because what was he, 19 years of age, 20 years of age? You know, we just got to let the kid mature. Let's let the kid mature. Let's let him get going. Yeah. If in 3 seasons' time, Darwin is still, we can have a discussion. We can definitely talk about it. There's no doubt about it. But there's no thing that Haaland and Nkunku would have hit the ground running in this Liverpool team right now. Look, Haaland needs to be fed. Haaland needs to be fed, right? He needs to be fed. He gets on the end of things as a tap-in merchant. That is what he is. Why he's the best in the world at it. He wouldn't be getting fed at Liverpool at the moment. So would Haaland be really putting up any massive numbers for Liverpool right now? Would Nkunku be putting up any massive numbers for Liverpool right now? It's debatable. It's debatable. If the club had spent on the money on the midfielder, it would have been up there with Haaland's goals tally. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Man said Ricky Lambert. Tell me about it, Jamie. Big up, Danny. Yeah, ends. Big up, Sahib. How you doing? Jota the shotter. Yeah, Jota's the man. It would be nice if Jota could make us a brew after scoring 20 goals. Sorry, I'm really far back on the chat. I'll get through it quickly. Yeah, I always that when I say he scores a hat trick and he needs to lay the table. You know. We just need to stop listening to rival fans. Also, yep. Yeah, Cav, I've just got you. If you're in the chat, Cav, yeah, come on, mate, come in. Let's get a discussion going. When have Liverpool under Klopp ever had a striker not his style? Yeah, that's why I don't think Darwin is an out-and-out striker. I think he's an attacker who can play left and through the middle. Darwin's movement is very good. I will give him that. The one thing I will say about Darwin, his movement is very nice. His movement is very nice. See, yes, and then see life of the title with the transfers we make. Darwin will come good. Look at Bobby, how slow he started, how he turned out. FIFA and Football Manager and social media ruin football. Now all the kids expect all players to dribble past 20 men, do 50 miles. That's roulette and a Rabona into the top corner of the net. Yeah, I've gone on that rampage before. I think that is slightly true. I'd love to take 15, 20 goals of Nunez like his goal versus Napoli. I like tappings, yeah. Facts. I don't get this. It's not Klopp style not to have a striker in these in the same games that say Klopp has only one style of football. I got Nunez on 90 on FIFA 23. Yeah, Mons is my boy. So yeah, you got it. I mean, Mons is my boy, but I get what you're saying. Wrong. You can be a tapping merchant, but a whack ball, i.e., dribbles, etc. Nunez is not that guy. Oh, that's fair enough. I know Clara, is it? Clara Edwards, be up to you. How are you? Nunez does need to do better, undoubtedly, but I have faith in him. Yeah, of course he does, Phoenix. He definitely needs to do better. None of us here are saying he doesn't need to do better, man. He needs to definitely do better. There's no doubt about that. 74 people in the house, guys. Only 35 likes. What's happening? Let's get out the 40 likes right now. I want to see 5 more likes, guys. Hit that fun button underneath the video right now. Just take your finger over on your phone or tablet if you're watching it and press the finger, that fun button. Come on, guys. Let's get them likes up. 70 people in there, only 35 likes. We need them likes going up, guys. Helps the channel grow more than anything else does on YouTube. The panel 888 Sports said Uber and Richarlison have been more impactful than Darwin. That's laughable. No, they did not. No, 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 they did not. No, surely they didn't. I don't think Richarlison scored this season. Oh my God. Oh, let me guess. That clown was on it, yeah? Was it that Man City fan, Stephen something, and Rory, and the geezer from Talk Sport, yeah? Who is a Liverpool fan, so he probably stuck up for him. But was it that Stephen guy, the Man City fan, Rory? Oh, just piss off. Bamyang's been terrible. Terrible. Right, oh, fuck it. I'm not having that. I am not having that. Fucking clickbaiting pricks. I can't have it. I can't have that. I can't have that. Can't have that. So, Richarlison has got 2 goals all season. 2! 2 goals all season! And he's been more impactful. Can we stop employing pricks on YouTube to do some jobs? Can we stop it? Can we stop employing absolute dead-end clickbaiting knob jockeys on YouTube that haven't got a fucking Scooby because it makes a good click so they can get Google money? Fuck them. Fuck them. Oh, it's pissed me right off. They haven't got a Scooby. They obviously don't watch football. There's no... I've got Richarlison's stats right in front of me. He's played 9 goals in the Premier League. He's got no goals. He's played 4 games in the Champions League. He's got 2 goals. He's got 2 goals in 13 matches. And it cost the same amount of money. Why is there nothing on social media about Richarlison this season? What a waste of money Richarlison was. Where's that conversation? No, it's all about Nunez because Liverpool are massive. Fuck it. I'm sick of clickbaiting knob jockeys. I really am. I am so sick to death of clickbaiting knob jockeys that haven't got an absolute Scooby. They don't watch football. I'm convinced of it. They probably just watch their wives trying on knickers in fucking Victoria's Secrets. That's all they fucking do in a day. They haven't got a Scooby, man. It just tells me they don't watch football. They don't watch football. And Richarlison's injured at the moment as well. So he's been really impactful. I hate this. I hate people that have got a voice and they got a, and these guys are big YouTubers as well. They're massive. They have big voices on this platform. They go across social media and they go into TV on Sky Sports and stuff like that. They go across a big range of it, yeah? They go around a big range of it. And then you've got these knob jockeys coming on and going, Richarlison and Aubameyang have been more impactful. It tells me 2 things. It tells me they don't watch football and they got an IQ of a 3-year-old. They're the 2 things that it tells me. Fucking knobs. Oh, Jesus Christ. Even the people that don't really rate Nunez in the chat will know that is a ridiculous statement. I've heard some statements in my time. I really have. But that takes the piss. That takes a piss. What's Aubameyang got? Let's have a look at Aubameyang stats. Aubameyang. What's he got at Chelsea? Let's have a look. Right. Okay. So Aubameyang stats at Chelsea this season. He's played 11 games and he scored 3 goals. So Richarlison and Aubameyang put together have got the same amount of goals as one Darwin Nunez. And they're saying they've both had more impactful seasons so far than Darwin Nunez. And I bet it was a pre-recorded video so no one could wrong them. So no one could actually get in touch with them live on the chat and go, look, plums, you're wrong. Good God. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's actually less, sorry. I can't even do math. That's how thick I am. I can't even do math. It's actually less goals. Richarlison and Aubameyang actually have less goals than Darwin Nunez together this season. But he's had more impactful. Oh, my God. The people. They're just clickbait, man. Done my head in. I hate it, man. I just hate people that make up lies and things for no reason, man. That just does my head in. It just does my head in. People bring up lies for no reason. I just don't get it. When you got a huge platform like these guys do, don't do that. Don't do that. Jermaine Pennant, yeah, Jesus Christ. Chelsea fans having clowning Darwin, but they're quiet when when you remind them Darwin has as many GA as Sterling and Aubameyang combined. Yeah, exactly. Richarlison, you know. Richarlison has had more impactful season. It's because Spurs. It's because they're both higher than us in the league. It's because they're both higher than us in the league. That's why. So they because Chelsea and Tottenham are above Liverpool in the league, and because they don't watch football, they just assume Richarlison and Aubameyang have had more impactful seasons. I mean, yeah, he's faster than Salah's, Darwin. It's electric. One off his ass. Let me get down to these chats, guys, because otherwise I'm going to be too far behind. So I might have to miss some. Calm down. Big up, Chris. Unpopular opinion, by Ronaldo is a good choice for Liverpool. Ooh. Firmino's teeth. Why are you so over the top nowadays? I think YouTube's gone to your head a bit. Be humble, Jamie. Be humble? What are you chatting about? I'm the most humble guy on this bloody thing. But I can't stand liars. I can't stand liars. I really can't. I can't stand people making up shit when they have massive platforms. You know, the people on that program have huge platforms that spread across all the media, and they spew that kind of rubbish. And the problem is, young people watch that and just assume it's true because they don't do their research. So they just assume it's true, and then you keep going with this Darwin Nunez slander. Not having it. But for me, no teeth. I'm humble, man. I'm humble. I can just have a rant when it's needed. It is my channel. I can rant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Remy. My maths was terrible, man. My maths was terrible. Ings is better. Yeah, Ings is the man, you know. Ings is the man. Yeah, big up. It certainly does. Darwin Nunez is compared to Messi and Ronaldo. Richarlison has done nothing in the Premier. Aubameyang couldn't even make it in the Champions League with Arsenal. Even Barca gave him the boot. I just hate. Oh, it just annoys me because Darwin rattles them all. They can't bear Liverpool, so they have to come with Nunez idiots. Yeah, Roy Jennings knows nothing about football. Didn't he know why people think he's great? Yeah, didn't Rory say that Haaland would be a flop before he started or something like that? You know, for no reason. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. I was all cool and calm in this chat, and then all of a sudden, that comes up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I haven't watched it, but that idiot. Oh, yeah. James, James Alcott. Yeah, James Alcott was a bit, yeah. Yeah, he went in. He went in big time. I thought I did send a link. Oh, yeah, there you go. To that. What have I done here? Oh, there you go. Yeah, man, it's just mad. Rich Ireland's done nothing in the Prem, and Aubameyang couldn't even make it. Yeah, I read that. I'll just Kevin, yeah, big up, Cav.
Hello, mate. You're right.
Yeah, did you just hear that? What? It's just people got to stop, man. Richarlison and Aubameyang have had bigger impacts at their club than Darwin this season. And I just researched it because it took me 2 seconds. Richarlison has not scored in 9 games in the Premier League and has only got 2 goals all season in all competitions. And Aubameyang's got 3 goals in all competitions this season. So combined, they have less goals than Darwin Nunez.
And Darwin Nunez has won as a trophy.
Yeah, he won the Community Shield in the first game. I mean, it's just... Oh, I don't get... The problem is, like I'm saying, these guys have massive platforms. Especially the 888 guys and all that. They have big platforms that will come on there. Roy Jennings, that Steve guy, the Man City fan, and all that. And they have big platforms. They go across all the media. They're on radio, they're on TV, and people watch that, and then they're like, "Well, it must be true." And it took me 2 seconds of research. Just like that's bollocks. It's just they don't watch. It just tells me they don't actually watch football. Because if you watch football, you know what you're talking right now is rubbish, absolute rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. But it gets it gets people talking, doesn't it? And then it builds momentum, and then people believe it. Like not everybody would like research it to find out for yourself, but yeah, it's just stupid, isn't it? Like let's face it, it's just silly. Like.
It literally took me 2 seconds. I just put Aubameyang stats. And it just comes up. 6 games in the Champions League, 2 goals. 5 games in the Premier League, 1 goal.
I mean Richarlison he's not scored in the Premier League, has he?
No, 9 games and he hasn't scored.
His goals have come in the Champions League, and if I'm right, I think they were crucial. What turns out to be crucial goals for them to get through. But even still, I mean, nah. It's not the same. Darwin's been much better.
Yeah. Darwin's only got 3 goals in the Premier League in 8 games and 1 assist. But that's still more than any of them in the Premier League. And he's got 3 in the Champions League. And he got 1 in the Charity Shield. So he's got 7 goals this season. And
here's a question for you then. Who's strikers wise? Let's just focus on strikers. Who's been the best strikers this season?
Haaland, Callum Wilson. I'm trying to think who else. Callum Wilson's been excellent. I'll give him credit. Tony, Haaland. Not a lot, really, is it?
I think Haaland's the obvious one. Kane usually starts slow, but he's actually been all right in terms of the goal scoring.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Callum Wilson's been really good for Newcastle. He's missed games, but when he does play, he scores. Tony, yeah, you're dead right. Tony's had good games, scored a good hat trick a few weeks back. Jesus, not in terms of goals, but in terms of what he's brought to Arsenal.
He ain't scored in like 8 games now, I think, Gabriel Jesus or something like that.
But then Darwin's in amongst that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in amongst them people. Shouldn't be comparing him to Richarlison and, who was the other one? Aubameyang. Nah.
See, look, Kane's flying. He's got 10 Premier League goals in 13 games this season. But he's only got 1 in the Champions League. So he's got 12. He's got 11 goals. So Darwin's on 7. So he's not like a million miles behind Harry Kane. Who's we all argue is probably, apart from Haaland, him and Haaland, the best goal scorers in Europe. So if you're looking at it like that, it's not been not been terrible.
No, I think he's been good. I think he's been brilliant. Like it's just this conversation about his technical ability, like, and his touch and stuff. But his goal scoring wise, it's been sound. Like, and his impact on the game's been good. And that's the only thing that really, they're the two things that matter for a striker: getting goals and impacting the game. And I think he does both of them things.
Yeah, Callum Wilson's got 6 goals this season in all competitions so far, but he's only played the Premier League, so you know he's got 1 less than Darwin in all competitions, but Darwin's played more. So Callum Wilson's goals for games is excellent. So if you think of it like that, there ain't many. There ain't. Jesus is struggling now, you know, and I've heard Arsenal fans starting to talk about it as well. Because remember when Arsenal bought Gabriel Jesus, all I heard was 25 goals this season, 20 goals this season, and even Man City fans try to tell him that's might not happen because that's not what his game is. Gabriel Jesus is a bit like a young Bobby Firmino. That's what he is. He's an all-round forward where it's not just about his goals, it's his impact on the team, what he does to help the ones around him. And funny enough, that's the way Arsenal talk about Gabriel Jesus. But funny enough, years ago, we all got told that can't be you can't have that if he's your striker. So it's funny how it all comes round, don't it?
I think the thing is now, like we said with Bobby, and like Arsenal fans will say with Jesus, like, don't look at the stats, look at the games, like watch them actually play, because you'll see that they bring stuff to the team. It's actually the exact thing we're saying about Nunez at the minute. I'm saying to people that are still criticizing him, I'm saying, like, don't watch them first few games he played. You know, even though he scored, actually, he's still scoring, but like, watch him in the past few that he's played. He's actually not as bad technically as you think he is. I just feel like the agenda was built so early. And look, I'm not saying he's great technically, but I feel like the agenda was built early and everyone's just like running with it. And it's like, now actually watch him now. He's not too bad at all, really. Like, he's really improving. And but we're having to tell people to watch the games to justify it. It's just the same conversation as what they're saying about Jesus, isn't they? They impact the games in ways that might not be shown in the stats. But if they're bringing something to the team, and the team is playing better and the team's winning, that's the most important thing, isn't it?
The only thing that matters, mate. It's the only thing that matters. Richarlison and Aubameyang this season have not been as impactful, but they are higher in the league and cost less. You know, Richarlison only cost 5 million less than Darwin in his original price tag, because Richarlison went for 60 million. We bought Darwin for 65. Now, Darwin's actual full fee only goes up if we win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. And at this rate, that ain't going to happen. So, you know, at this rate, at this moment in time, living in the moment, Darwin actually only costs 5 million more than Richarlison. And Aubameyang's 35, 36 years of age, so it shouldn't cost that much. So, and we all forget, Darwin's 23, man. I said this earlier, we haven't bought a 28, 29-year-old who ain't really going to get better. We bought a player who's 23 that can only get better. And if he's this bad at the moment, if he's considered this bad at the moment and he gets better, well, then if you look at it that way, by God, how good can he be then?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all because it all happened in the same season. If Haaland and Darwin never moved in the same summer, I don't think there'd be a thing. And it's because Mane left at the same time as well.
Yeah, but like, think of it this way, right? Who would you rather have this season, Mane or Nunez? Hard question, isn't it? I know.
It's an hard question. Mane's not exactly living it up in Germany. Cavs things got disconnected. That's a tough one. Guys in the chat, what would you say? That's a tough one Cavs gave us there. Let me just... Cav needs to sort out his laptop. What would we say there? Mane, we got to remember, I remember sitting on many YouTube panels and YouTube and all that, Nunez cut off Wi-Fi, Cavs Wi-Fi. I remember sitting on everyone's YouTube channels and listening to Liverpool YouTube channels the beginning of last season when everyone was saying Mane's not at it anymore. We might need to think about letting Mane go. He's not the same player anymore. And then he ended the season really well. I mean, it's a tough one, ain't it? I mean, Mane, in all, he's a tremendous footballer, let's face it. But would Mane... Look, we got no problem scoring goals. I don't think Mane would have many more goals than Darwin right now this season for Liverpool. He's back.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, fine, okay. Mate. Yeah, fine. I'm saying it's a difficult one, that question. I look at it and think, would Mane have as many goals as Darwin right now in the way Liverpool are playing? I mean, it's arguable.
I think it'd be close.
I don't think there'd be much in it.
That's the thing. Like Mane at the end of last season, playing in the centre forward position, he was much better and he was getting goals. But like the first half of the season out on the left, he didn't impact the game quite as much. And I feel like it would be very close either way. I feel like come the end of the season, they'll both be, averaging out the same number of goals and assists. And I think they'll both impact the team in the same way. Like I think they'll both work hard. They'll both fight for everything. And the work rate's good. They're defensively quite sound. I think you get the same out of them both. So then that being said, he's been a good replacement for Mane so far. But the difference is the future, isn't it? Like that's now. And then the future is Mane's getting on and actually Darwin Nunez is coming in, not to his peak years, but he's going to get better and better and he's got years ahead of him. So,
yeah, I mean, it's like, I've been saying this all the time. Diaz was Mane's replacement, as we know, because Diaz came in and went left wing and Mane had to go out of that position. So long-term replacement was Diaz for Mane. But then we let Mane, Origi and Minamino go. So we needed to get an attacker in and we got an attacker in.
Yeah.
Ginty says, if we had City's midfield, Darwin would have scored more goals. I agree. And the thing is, Darwin's movement is incredible as well. And we just don't find him all the time. But, yeah, I just don't get all the Darwin hate. I really don't.
I feel like as time's gone on as well, that link up between Darwin and Salah is improving as well. Like, especially on, like, counter-attacks when they're given space.
Yeah, they
feel like
yeah.
They're recognising each other's game a lot better. And, this is after, like, what, 11, 12 games? It's such a short amount of time, It's crazy that, we're even having these conversations, really. I mean, I've never known quite the criticism and quite like the dissection of a player quite like Nunez. And to me, that kind of screams that there's something special there. I think rival fans are perhaps loving the fact that, his first few games, he wasn't technically great, because I actually think they're quite worried about what this player could be, because like they see like how much fight he's got in him. They see his attitude. He's, South American. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He's at a club that usually creates a lot of chances. I think like a lot of rival fans are a bit concerned about how good this guy can be. Under Klopp as well, should I add?
Yeah, exactly. Let me give you.
Otherwise, he won't be spoken about. Like if he was as bad as everybody claims he is, not everybody, but the people that don't like him claims he is, it wouldn't even be a conversation, would it? It would just be like, haha, you've got a flop, move on. And everyone would be talking about the forwards we do have. But he seems to crop up in so many conversations. It's like, it's clear there must be a player there for people to talk about it.
Big up Derek as well. Yeah. Ramsey looks a decent prospect as well. But there's these stats again. So Darwin Nunez has 7 goals in 743 minutes. We've got to remember, Darwin Nunez, for minutes played, he's barely played this season as well. It's not like he's completing 90 minutes every game. He's got 7 goals in 743 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo has 3 goals in 871 minutes. Benzema has 6 goals in 928 minutes. Raheem Sterling has 4 goals in 1,249 minutes. His minutes, I think Carragher said it on that CBS show for the Champions League that he does, that Darwin's actual game and goals for minutes is actually quite mad.
Mm-hmm.
And if he goes on that projection till May, then you're looking at a 20 goal scoring forward.
Yeah.
Which is, I think what it is that because, right, I've said this about Mo Salah. He reminds me a lot of Mo in some ways, right? But we got Mo not quite as young as Darwin. I think Mo came in when he was 25, a bit more seasoned. Mo went around Europe and played for Italian clubs and stuff like that. It made him a bit more seasoned. But Mo misses chances, man. Mo misses a lot of chances. In fact, if Mo was more clinical, Mo could easily have 40 goals a season.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah,
easily.
that's fair.
But because he's got money in the bank, it don't bother us. At the moment, Darwin hasn't got no money in the bank. He's fresh and new. So every time he misses a chance on a one-on-one or something like that, we're like, fuck's sake, there we go. There you go. That's, you know, because he hasn't got that money in the bank yet. Once he gets that money in the bank, like we go 3 years down the line and we sort of know what his game is, a bit like mine, a little bit like Mo's, you know, he will have chances, he will miss some, but he will score most of them, you know, and then we'll be like, I don't, you know, we won't be getting on at him. But I think that's
a great point. Really great point, because you're right. Salah does miss chances, but we all go, we're annoyed he's missed a chance because, of course, we want our team to score a goal. But we're a bit like, we're never concerned because we know Mo scores goals. Like, it's just what he's done. It's what we're used to. Whereas if Nunez misses a chance, I think we're all thinking, is he a bad goal scorer? Because he's not proved himself yet, you know. And I think, you're right. That is the difference. But on the face of it, both of them get chances and they probably both convert the same amounts, to be fair. I think the main thing is, as long as Nunez playing doesn't detract from anybody else's goals, which I don't think it does. I think Salah still gets the goals. Then there's nothing bad there. You know, if Salah's still getting the goals and Nunez is replacing the goals that Mane once got, then you still got the same output. And then Diaz comes into that equation, and he's not a prolific goal scorer, but he does a lot else, other things as well. So it's interesting. But did you see what Thierry Henry said about Darwin Nunez after Jamie Carragher said?
Compared him to Suarez, didn't he?
Well,
in a way that craziness about him, sort of thing.
I think Jamie Carragher somewhat compared him to Suarez. I think what Thierry Henry was saying is almost bang on the money, to be honest. What he was saying was that Darwin Nunez, what he's doing at the moment is coming to a new club, a new league, and trying to get in the side and impress everybody and impress the fans. Like, he's almost too eager, like he's too, hyped up, wanting to impress. But actually, you'll start to see how good of a finisher he is when he really is comfortable in the side. He knows the players around him, but he's like, because he's so comfortable being at the club and knowing that he has got a starting spot in this team and that he's an important player, he'll start to become more cold in front of goals as opposed to snatching at stuff, which is very true. You know what it's like when you really want to impress and you've got like that anxiety and nervousness and excitement in you. You rush everything. And I feel like that is quite true of Darwin at the minute. Whereas in a year or so's time, where it's like Klopp saying to him, no, you're the centre forward, the fans love you, you're here for the next 5-6 years. I think because he'll feel so much calmer going out on the pitch in front of goal, he will, I think, just have a bit more composure. And like strikers, the best strikers that we've seen always say, like, in front of goal, what the best thing to do is not rush things. It's actually to try slow things down. When the game's really frantic and you feel like you've only got a second to get your shot away, otherwise the opportunity goes, actually, the best thing you can do is try and slow the game down and take your time in front of goal and actually, hit the ball as you want to hit it and put it in the area you want to hit it. And I feel like that will come with Nunez. If Thierry Henry's saying it, then you've got to believe it.
I was about to say, yeah.
But the great thing is that Darwin Nunez has all this excitement. He has all this fight and he's buzzing everywhere. It's better to have that and try control it and channel it as opposed to having a player that just rocks up and if it happens from great, if it don't, they don't really care. You did a really good, I was listening when I was driving back about Jadon Sancho. That for me is that type of player where he's got all the technical ability, and he's probably a fantastic player. He's shown it in his time at Dortmund, but at United, it's a bit like, I want to do well, I want to impress, but I'll do as much as I can when given the opportunities. I'm not going to go out and grab it. And I feel like Darwin Nunez is he's got that extra bit of fight in him where it's like, no, I'm going out to grab it. You know, like I'm making sure that I make an impact on this game. And I would rather have that. I would rather have that attitude, not just in football, but in any walk of life. I've got people that work with me and we take people on. And if they walk through the door and they're a bit like, oh yeah, turn up's a day-to-day job, as opposed to someone that's in the door going, yeah, I really want to do well, really want to impress. Like, what can I do? How can I go above and beyond? I'd rather have that guy with the right attitude. And that's why I love, that's a big reason why I love Darwin Nunez, is because like, he might have flaws in his games and his technical ability might never be great, but he will be a success purely based on that mindset. And it's a South American thing, I think. You know, they all the South American top stars have it, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just looking at Jadon Sancho's stats there. Yeah, Jadon Sancho has only scored 7 goals in his whole Man United career, and he's 2 seasons. It's 18 months now.
And like United,
and no one comes for him. No one comes for him. There's no slander online about Jadon Sancho and all that. He's got 7 goals. Look, I got it here. So last season he played 29 games in the Premier League and he scored 3 goals. And he's an attacking forward. So I don't want to hear anyone say, "Oh, but Darwin's a number 9." Darwin's not an out-and-out 9. He can play left wing as well, like he does for Uruguay. So you know, that's what I'm going on. So
someone just put a name in the chat there, Divock Origi. He's the total opposite. He's like what we in the time we've had Origi at the club. I think he proved he could score goals. Like he can score all type of goals. Yeah. He was quite pacey. You know, you remember the goals where he's played through behind, you know, the likes of Everton, where he's, you know, slipped through. He's got a bit of pace. He's got a good touch. He can take it around a keeper. He scores, you know, what are they, scorpion kicks and all sorts. He was a great, not a great, it's probably over the top, but he was a good finisher. And like the question always was is, where's this fight in him? Why is he so happy just to sit on the bench? Why doesn't he want to be a main man in the team? Because he's got the quality to be. We've seen it in like the flashes. Brilliant. But he won't. Well, he might, but he's less likely to have a successful career compared to someone like Darwin Nunez, because Darwin Nunez wouldn't accept that. He would demand that, like, he is in the side. He would demand that he gets a chance to fight. And when he is given the opportunity, like, everything might not flow for him. He might not have great rhythm. He might not even fit into the team, but he's gonna fight, and like that will resonate with fans all the time. You know, I'd rather have 11 men on the pitch that's got the fight that Nunez has, definitely.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And like Stephen said, at the ground, he's already a hero, cult hero. You know,
they love him. Love him, yeah.
75 million for Pepe. What's he done? Just click the paycheck Arsenal. Derek says spot on. Panel says exactly, James. 70 million flop, and no one criticises him. Richarlison, 60 million. 9 games in the Premier League, no goals. You know, it's
but sorry, Jay, I'm going on a bit now because I love the guy so much. Richarlison, right? He has that same fight as someone like Darwin Nunez, and that's why if he plays for your club, you love him, and if you don't, you hate him, right? But he does have that similar kind of fight in him, and that's what makes him good. But he won't get the goals that Darwin Nunez does, and that's the difference. So when I talk about Darwin Nunez's fight, it's not all fight. He actually has quality because he scores goals. Whereas you got Richarlison, who has a lot of fight, does a lot of talking and a lot of weird stuff, to be honest. But in the game, especially against us, right? He'll wind you up. He'll elbow you. He'll dive. He'll roll over. He'll create something to annoy you, but he doesn't get goals. So you've got to have both, and I do feel like Darwin Nunez has got both.
Well, here's another one. So this player played 26 games in the Premier League last season. He's played 7 games in the Premier League this season. He played 7 games in the Champions League last season. Played 6 games in Champions League this season. And he has got 5 goals in that whole time. It cost £100 million. Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
No one goes at these players. I don't hear the media, and like you watch TV and you watch Sky Sports, or you listen to Talk Sport or Radio 5 or anything like that, and they're always Nunez this, Nunez that, he cost this, he cost that, he ain't doing it, he's a flop. You never hear Grealish. He's a winger. He's an attacking winger. Grealish doing that petty interview the other day. Did you see it? My job isn't to score goals. Mate, shut up. you're an attacking winger. You should be scoring goals. You know, that's not what you meant to do. Then you're not even assisting. So what are you doing? I mean, he's only got 3 assists in this whole time as well. So literally, what is he doing then? If that's the case,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just we got there's players out there in the last, not just this season, last season, that for me have been less impactful than Darwin Nunez in the short few months he's been at Liverpool. But we only criticise Darwin Nunez and no one criticises his other players. It's madness to me. I don't get it.
It is mad, yeah. It definitely is mad, yeah. There's loads of players you could go on, couldn't you? Players that have been bought for bigger fees or been talked up a lot more or whatever. I mean, even when you just mentioned Sterling, then I mean, Sterling's been in this league for years and he scores goals. So what's his excuse for not outscoring someone like Nunez? Yeah. They're both at new clubs, but Sterling understands the language, understands the country, the league, he knows the players. He's working with a manager that he can understand because they both speak the same language. Like, what's his excuse? You're right. It's just agendas, isn't it? That's all it is. He's just an easy target. And I do kind of feel like playing for Liverpool as well. Like, when you're at the top, you come in for more criticism. And Liverpool have been at the top. And if you're a centre-forward player for this club, you do have a lot of eyes on you. And sometimes that's a good thing because if you're the likes of Torres, Suarez, Fowler of old, you know, you can get all the plaudits and the media run with you and you're on the front of all, you know, magazines and all the TV intros and Champions League intros, Premier League intros, all of that. And they lap it up, right? But if you're failing, it's the complete opposite. It's the big swing. And you start to get all these people on radio stations and online criticize you. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Just give the kid time. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he played for any other club, any club outside of, I even think if he was at Arsenal, I feel like they'd be all, I'd be like, oh, he's so good. He's got such good energy. He scores goals. Is this and that? But because is it Liverpool? It is different. I feel like our players come under a lot more scrutiny.
But for some reason, though, the people that don't like Darwin Nunez, you're not allowed to compare him to anyone else. I've seen that online. So if you compare Darwin to other people, I'm not comparing him to Jack Grealish or to Jadon Sancho or anything like that. So Jadon Sancho is an attacking winger. He's a forward. Darwin Nunez is a forward. He's not an out-and-out number 9 for me because he can play left wing. I watch him for Uruguay. He plays left wing in a free, right? And he looks good out there. So he's that kind of player. So in a way, we can compare these sort of players, you know? Why not? They're all forwards. It's not the old days of 4-4-2 and there's 2 wide central midfield area play like a Giggs and a Beckham. Them days are gone now. If you play 4-3-3, you're an attacking forward. I don't care what anyone says. You're there to create and score. That is your job from them wide areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think, you know, you remember when Diaz first, I don't know if it was his first appearance, but can you remember when that ball was played over to him and he controlled it as kind of, I don't know what you call it. Neymar used to do it a lot. It's not a Rabona, but you know, you put one foot behind the standing leg and you control it kind of in the air. And everyone was like, wow, this guy's amazing and stuff. And it kind of went from there. Obviously, he's a fantastic player anyway. But I feel like if Nunez had done a skill in the first game that he played, right, similar to that, none of this agenda would have been built on him. Like that's how it's literally people judge his first few minutes, his first few touches, and then just roll with it. And I'm like, nah, look at him against Napoli in the last game when he come on. Like I can't recall a time he ever gave the ball away. And like he's chasing back, he's pressing, you know, he's standing people up and going by them. He's chesting stuff down for his teammates. He's whipping balls in the box. He scored, you know, he's aggressive from corners. You're like, if you did all the pros and cons, I'm telling you now, the pros massively outweigh the cons. And it's just like, we should be, you know, excited about this player. I don't expect rival fans to, but neutrals, you know, and people in media should be like thinking, oh my God, we've got a potential superstar in the league again. You know, this guy's probably going to not elevate, but you always need stars in the league to keep it interesting. And I feel like he is one of them. I don't understand why we're not hyping him up as opposed to, you know, criticizing him. But maybe
Yeah.
that's the Haaland effect. Maybe that's what it goes back to.
And also, Josh put it as well. I genuinely think the reason he gets so much stick from our own fans is the whole never happy or upset because they didn't get the player they wanted. But I was doing videos on this channel last season, and everyone in my chat went, "We got to get Darwin Nunez. We have to get Darwin Nunez." Everyone was watching him for Benfica. He looks amazing. I remember sitting here with Savage. Don't know who he is anymore, but I used to sit here. I was sitting here with Savage, and it was like, and Savage said it as well. Big up Savage. If you are watching Savage, get in contact with me, son. Get in contact with me. He was sitting there, and Savage was going, "Has anyone actually watched him play apart from the 2 games he played against us?" You know, and everyone kept coming in chat. Yeah, we've got to buy Darwin. Darwin's the one we need in the summer. And then when the talk came up that Liverpool were actually negotiating to buy Darwin, everyone was really excited. And then we got him, and like, oh, but Haaland's gone to Man City. Oh, for fuck's sake! Like, you can't win. You know what I mean? You can't win, and it's just.
I would argue the point, Jamie, that in this current team, play like how they've played this season, replace Haaland with Nunez, I think Haaland would have got less goals because we've not created hardly anything.
Yeah, Haaland's a feeder. He loves being fed, man. You feed Haaland all day, the man's putting the ball in the back of the net. He will run off the shoulder as long as the pass reaches him. He's scoring. He'll get the tap-ins from the crosses. He'll get himself in positions in the box where the ball will come into him, where he can score from. Nunez will do exactly the same kind of thing. Maybe not to the highest level that Haaland does it at, but he will still do it. But when you got, not being horrible, oh, what the fuck? My phone just rung.
Bedtime, Joe.
When you got Jordan Henderson and and that Harvey Elliott and all that, they're not really that sort of midfielder that's going to put the ball through to you, are they? It's just not. So he's going to struggle a little bit, but he's learning that. He knows that, so he's looking at it and thinking, right, I've got to get better in areas of the pitch as well because I know I'm not going to receive the ball from midfield like maybe I should. So I've got to change the way I'm playing a little bit and take it on myself, maybe. You know, yeah, it's just just mad. It is just madness.
Yeah, I think what we can all agree on is like we're all pretty we're all pretty excited about what this guy can be because he has the potential to be. I certainly believe this. I'm being presumptuous to think everyone thinks this, but I think he's got the potential to be one of the world's best strikers. I don't mind saying it. I genuinely do. I think his attitude and what he's already shown so far. I think with the right team and the right system around him, I think he could explode. I think he could terrorize teams.
If you look at the next generation of strikers, you might not be far off because if you really think about it, if you look at the next number, like legitimate strikers around Europe, there ain't a great deal. Now, I said this a while ago. I said this a few months back on my own video. I think I said it on Never a Foul as well. Is the number 9 position almost becoming sort of like an old dead position now? Because when you look at forwards now, in a lot of teams, they're the all-action forward that can play left or right or through the middle, and they do more than just score goals. There ain't many of the Haalands of the world around Europe that are just out-and-out goal scorers. You got your old school like Lewandowski and stuff like that, but underneath that, is there really a lot that just out-and-out goal scorers and nothing else? I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there are. Like, there's players that are doing well in certain leagues, but I mean, if you're racking up numbers in the Austrian league or something, it don't quite hit the same. But like Haaland's a special talent. Obviously, he's everywhere. He's done it. He's done it in. He did it at Salzburg. He's done it at Dortmund. He looks to be doing it in the Prem. I think he is a special talent, and I don't think there's going to be many like him for a while. But then, yeah, you like Nunez. He's in there. Benzema's coming towards the end of his career. You do have your forwards like an Mbappe, but they're a different style of forward. They're more of an inside forward as an out-and-out 9. But I mean, like if you think about it, all these players, they're I'm trying to think now before I speak, but are we as fans, we expect all these players to be able to do everything, and there's very few that actually do. And is it because we've got the likes of, you know, Virgil that can win headers, is fast, is strong, you know, can do everything. He's not, you know, comparing to centre backs of old, and don't get me wrong, there are special cases, but centre backs of old were either really strong, good readers of the game, but had no pace, you know, or they had loads of pace but bad readers of the game, weren't good in the air. Whereas now you're getting players that do absolutely everything. Look at Kanate, here's another one. You know, and then you look in midfielders and you look at Jude and you're like, energy, can pass, can cover, can tackle, can play a through ball, can score a goal. You're suddenly getting these special talents that can do everything. But, you know, not every player is like that. And I think Nunez is another one of them, as in a specimen in terms of physically. He's fast, he's strong, can score headers. You know, he's got good movement in the box. You know, he's good on the shoulder, good at pressing, you know. That's a lot of things to have qualities wise in one player, you know. I think like players at old that we look at that are really good, they're not as quite all-rounded as these boys are now. But if you've got the likes of Nunez, who I think is an all-rounder, you've got a Kanate, you're getting someone like Jude, you've got real special talents generally. Like,
no doubt.
Otherwise, you've got the other exception, someone like Trent, who's exceptional pass through the ball, but then has massive flaws in his games as well, you know. But yeah, I just when I see players like Nunez and I see the attitude and I see all that they've got to their game, I just generally don't understand the criticism. Like,
there's not a player that hasn't got a fault, probably apart from Messi. I don't know any. I don't know. What is Messi's fault? I'm not sure actually, but I don't know. I don't know any player really that doesn't. Like I said this earlier, Haaland's not technically a great footballer. He's a world-class finisher, but he's not technically better than like a Suarez or an R9 or, you know, them sort of strikers. I always say we're looking for too much. So I said earlier in the video, Jota scored 20 goals last season, but it's not enough.
I heard you say he scored a hat-trick and then wants him to go lay the table. That's the most the randomest thing.
It's just, there you go, hairs of the cops fan. One Messi can't tackle, that is it. That's probably the only one. But I just don't get what people like. If a forward is scoring goal after goal after goal, but there's some parts of the games that are just not that good, really matter, because his job is to score. I mean, Lukaku's never had a first touch ever. Yeah, he's in his 30s now. We still laugh about it now, but he can still put the ball in the back of the net. You know, he's still one of Europe's top goal scorers on his day. But if Darwin just keeps going, like with Jota as well, like I said, he got 20 goals that season, and people still said, yeah, but what else did he do? What do you want him to do? That's why I said lay the table. That's what I'm saying. What else do you want him to do?
Unless you have certain circumstances like Ronaldo, where he scored 18 league goals last season, but he does negatively impact the team because no one else scores, and then it's the whole attitude and the type of system you play and stuff. So there are them cases, but I don't see that with Nunez. I feel like he'll score the goals, and I feel like the people around him will as well. I said it earlier. I still feel like Salah will still score goals.
Salah will still score goals. Once
the
team
think Jota
settled,
will. I still think Diaz will. You know.
Yeah, once his team is settled and everyone's back and we're playing everyone in their right positions where they should be, this team will start moving again. Obviously, we just need certain players in certain areas, and we'll be all right. CG was the best all-round player, no doubt about it.
Well, yeah, facts.
I mean,
But the point I'm trying to make is, like, we expect every player to be like that, and not every player is. Not every player can do everything. Maybe it's just the generation now, because you've got stuff like FIFA and whatnot, and like they want their rating to be 99 on everything. You know, you can't just have someone that's fast and scores goals. They need to be like physically strong, good in the air. You know, and they have to be everything. And then talents come through, you know, once in a long time. So Gerrard was one, obviously. Yeah, you're dead right. Perfect example. You know, but you do have You do have like Virgil's one. I think Kanate will be one. I think forwards wise, I think Nunez would be one of them as well. I feel like he's got so much to his game that I don't think he would just be a goal scorer. I think he would do so much more for us. You can see it in his pressing.
He does. He sort of creates without creating as well. You know, when we're saying about like Gabriel Jesus does a great job at Arsenal, where if he's not scoring, he's helping the rest around him. When you watch Nunez play, when he gets hold of the ball and runs, he takes players with him. Because he takes players with him, you leave space for them for like your Salahs and your Bobbies if they're playing through the middle and all that to do what they need to do. So he can create in a way without creating, if that makes sense. So he does have impact in the team as well. He's got good strengths. He's got weaknesses. I know what's going to happen. I have spoke about this now for over an hour and a half about Darwin Nunez. And on Tottenham, he's going to have the shittiest game. And everyone's going to come back to me. And it's all going to kick off. And I'm going, Trudon's going to message me and go, JB, see, I told you. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I can see it now. Jamie question, do you think we'll bring in an attacker? Not this January, I wouldn't have thought. I do think we'll buy a midfielder in January. Yeah, I was just saying, we're talking about Nunez so much, he's going to have a stinker against Spurs now,
Yeah, probably. That's usually how it works. Yeah. I'll die at my sword defending him, though, because I think he's special. I'm
watching a player who's putting in effort. As long as you're putting in effort, I'm fine with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. His tattoos are crap, but yeah. Like, why has he got a tattoo of just saying family across his chest?
No, but I don't know if I want to tell him because he's not a small lad, is he?
Oh, I ain't telling him. I mean, he's starting to be like the new Matip, isn't he? Where he's just like, you see him when he was pictured next to Salah when he was.
When he shut off and he's like that.
It's just like, what are you doing there? Like, why are you there?
He's literally taking the piss.
It's not even smiling. It's just like, what, are you the bodyguard or what? What are you doing there?
I think I might have that picture. I think I do anyway. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, I have that picture. I don't know if I have that picture anymore. It was one of my favourite pictures. That was just, what game was it? Was it the Ajax game?
I can't remember. No, was it the last game?
I can't remember. It was just absolutely hilarious, wasn't it? The way he was just standing there.
Oh,
hang on, there you go. I can't get it up because my overlays are broken. StreamYard's messing up. I have actually got it, but my overlays are broken. StreamYard's messing up a bit.
Has anyone heard him speak? I know you don't speak English, but does anyone know what he sounds like? Sort of bloke that would have a really high pitched voice, I think.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
Well, he's Hispanic, ain't he? Well, he's not Hispanic, but he's Portuguese, ain't he? So
yeah.
Yeah.
When he learns English, he's gonna learn Scouse. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's right.
If he picks up the accent whilst learning the language, that's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, that's worse. But yeah, Darwin, that's like. But let's get on to something else as well. So our manager got the freedom of the city. To be fair, I couldn't be more happy for him, Cav. To be fair, he looked like he was absolutely buzzing for it as well. And he looks so happy. The man deserves it, don't he? I mean, he's an adopted Scouser to all the Liverpudlians up there as well, and he loves the city. And you can understand why the Liverpudlians and the Scousers and all that, they absolutely adore him up there if you're a Red anyway, because he talks like he's one of them, ain't he? That's why we love him, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like Liverpool is more than just a football club. Like, with the stuff that's gone on around the club, like the city as a whole, like, you can have a manager that's great and you can play great football, and we'd love them for that. Like, and we'd love the fact that they bring success to the club, but he does so much more, like, above and beyond that. Like, he buys into so much of what the city is about and what the club's about and what the fans are about, because Liverpool fans and Liverpudlians, they're unique people, you know, and they're passionate about their club. And he just represents the club so well. He represents the city so well. And that's why I think he'll always be admired by us fans, you know. And this is just a way of sort of showing that, you know, it's beyond football, isn't it? Giving him the freedom of the city. But I will admit, I haven't got a clue what it means. Like, what's he able to do now? Just like sell cows in the street or something? What is he going to have a stall selling bananas or something?
I think one of them is that you don't have to ever buy a beer again.
No, that can't be true. I mean, that cannot be true.
I swear, one of the things if you get the freedom of the city is that if a pub is run by a landlord in like a brewery in the city, then you don't have to pay for a drink.
That could you imagine if we like?
That's why they don't give it out often. That's why they don't. I'm trying to see. I'm going to Google it quickly. What does freedom?
But you've seen so many videos in the past, you know, where he's like just after the Champions League final, he's in with the fans, and you know he's drinking with them, and he's saying we're gonna be back and stuff. Like he just feel like he's just one of us, and that's so special. You know, I don't think other fans will really understand how much he really means to us, like because of all of that. And it's great that he's an exceptional football manager as well, you know. And that's why when he was going through that, you know, a tough patch this season, that the reason why people like yourself was saying, you know, you would be happy if he left just to save his own kind of legacy and not tarnish everything he's done for us. And I that's why I understood it, because I mean, none of us want him to go, but if it was for his own mental health and just to retain that and not tarnish anything he's ever done, then you're like, yeah, okay, I can see the reasoning. But you're trying to figure out what?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
What it means. It's hard to find. I tried to research it. It's hard to find. All I found was that you can like, if it evolved, you could like sell, you could start trading in the street or something like that. I'm like, well, I don't think you really need it.
It's an old term, isn't it? It's an old term that we still use today. What does freedom of the city mean? Freedom of the city is the highest honour a city can give someone of value in its community. Award goes back as far as 1272, with previous holders being granted special status in the city of land and privileges, including rights of pasture and control of trade. Nowadays, the role is mainly ceremonial, with those holding the title not holding power in the city's council. In America, it's in America. If you get it in America, you do get drinks for free. There you go. I knew it was somewhere. I know. It's in America.
Next pre-season tours back to America. Just Klopp pissing boozing all day.
No, I mean, it's great. Isn't it just a ceremonial thing where Klopp would be given key to the city gates? I mean, we don't have to. We don't have city walls and gates anymore. No, exactly. It's a very old. It's a very very old tradition. But yeah, it's like I'm glad he's like being rewarded with something. It's very funny that Harry Kane got the London one like a couple of days later.
I know, yeah.
Like, hang on, it's like whoa, it's a bit. What is that? Like Liverpool gave Klopp the freedom of the city. Who can we give it to in London? Harry Kane. It's like what? There weren't anyone else. There weren't anyone else. No. You couldn't have gave it like even Arsene Wenger for all his years at Arsenal, you know, or anything like that. No, they gave it to Harry Kane. Jesus Christ. But yeah, and then Klopp did that interview after with Sky News, which I thought was fantastic about the protests at the World Cup. I thought he spoke beautifully on that as well. Mm-hmm. You know, really well. You know, basically saying it's pointless protesting now. The World Cup's in 2 weeks. You know, it's like don't make these players. Don't force it on the players because, as he said, most of these players were 10 years old when Qatar won the rights for the World Cup. Mm-hmm. So, like, you can't force it on them because I think, did you see the video clip of the Australian team talking about they're going to protest the rights for the LGBTQ community and stuff like that, which is fair enough. But, yeah, I mean, Jamie and Cav watch along one day. If we can do a watch along together, ain't a problem.
Hey, boy, you don't want to see me watching the games.
Just like,
You do. I am zoned in. Like my missus knows, do not talk to me. No, I don't want a drink. I won't have dinner. Like, and she'll check the scores as well, and she'll know how to approach me after the game. Because
Lauren's like that. Yeah, Lauren's
Yeah.
like that. She has the scores pinned on her phone. And she's like,
yeah,
okay, I'll leave him alone. I'll leave him alone. It's like, better leave me. I'm shit when we lose. I'm horrible.
I just yeah, I just don't like. I just can't focus on anything else. Like she'll try to speak to me about like, oh, what we're doing tomorrow and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, just let's talk about it tomorrow. I don't want to speak about it right now. Like it's silly, really. I wish I weren't this, attached and emotional, but that's just football, isn't it? That's just what this club does.
It's the love of the game, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the love of the game, so you just can't help yourself, can you?
This stuff's great, though. I've said it before, and like I've always like credited you and like the other podcasters for having the channels. It's because like following the game previously for me, like if we'd had a bad result, I would sort of go away and I'd stew on it and I'd sit there thinking about it and I'd go off and do other things, but it'd still be on my mind. And it's really great that these platforms allow you to like share your opinions and your feelings, and it gives you that little bit of like calmness and a bit of relief knowing that like we're all in it together and like we all share the same emotions and feelings. And then at the same time, like when we win, we can all enjoy it together as well. That's what's so great about these platforms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Philip's like, well, we need it. Right. Let's do a combined 11. Right. I'm just looking at the Tottenham team.
What, with the Spurs team?
Yeah.
Who is Spurs getting in our team, mate?
Right. Let's have a look. So
I might take Kane, to be fair.
Yeah. So, right. Guys in the chat, you get involved as well. We're doing a 4-3-3 because that is what everyone plays apart from Spurs. So we're doing a 4-3-3. Should be interesting, actually. Let's get everyone's opinion on it, though. I want everyone in it. It's football therapy. So everyone in the live chat, we need you involved as well. We're going to do a combined 11, Liverpool versus Spurs. We're going to do 4-3-3. I know Spurs play 3 at the back, but I ain't doing 3 at the back. Fucking hell. Allison or Lloris? Do I need to ask this question?
This is going to be very quick, Jay.
Allison or Lloris?
Jesus Christ.
Allison. You never know. There might be some people like, like Lloris is not that bad, and although he's terrible.
Yeah, this guy, man, he just has howlers. Howlers. He's like a good goalkeeper for so long, and then he just has stinker after stinker.
He's the shittiest good goalkeeper I've ever seen.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? He's like when you watch a movie that is so shit, but it's good at the same time. That's Lloris in goal. That is Lloris in goal. Yeah, Ali 100%. Right, who we have him right back? Because the Spurs, this might get a bit tasty. Right, the Spurs defence. So obviously they usually play like Lenglet, Sanchez, Dyer. Who's the winger? Who's the fullback they all hate at the moment at Spurs?
Oh, Sessegnon.
Royale, ain't it?
Emerson Royale, yeah.
Emerson Royale. So who are we having? Are we having Trent or Royale?
Just put Trent in there. I'll be honest, Jay. What Spurs defender gets in our back four? Let's be real now.
Eric Dyer's been all right.
Well, hold on. I'll take that back. Let's continue. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry, go on.
So Trent, guys, or are we going for Chicken Royale? What one are we going for? That's what the Spurs fans call him, Chicken Royale.
Chicken Royale.
Royale or Romero, Højbjerg on current form, and Kane Edwards going for Romero. Yeah, I think Trent's still play. Even with Trent's defensive issues, I think most people would still go with Trent, wouldn't they?
Mm. If we did play the Spurs system and put 3 at the back, I think Romero would be in there.
Yeah, I mean, so right, Virgil's got to go in now. So, who partners Virgil? Are we having Romero in front of Matip or Konate.
If it's me, I'd go Konate.
Konate.
I think Romero is a good defender. I think he is. To be fair, I think he's made a difference to that Spurs team. But I feel like Konate's got everything, absolutely everything in his game. So I would go with Konate.
Okay, right.
That's what I say. If it was three at the back, then my third man probably would be Romero. But don't get me wrong. I mean, it'd be close between him and Matip.
Yeah. There we go. Right, left back. It's just going to be shooting.
Come on.
I'm trying to think who plays left back for Spurs.
Perisic or Sessegnon is a left back. So
yeah, Sessegnon or Perisic, ain't it? Or Robbo or Tsimikas. There you four. So Perisic, because he plays wing back, but Sessegnon, Perisic, Robbo, Tsimikas. Who are we going with?
I don't know if Egyptian King's trolling, but how are you picking Simi over Robbo?
Everyone's going Robbo. Right. I'm trying. Spurs fans, I'm trying. I am trying now.
Edward just said he's watched Romero for Argentina and thinks he'll be an important player for him at the World Cup.
Yeah, I think he will as well. I think he will as well. Right, midfield. Now, this should be a little bit more interesting because this is where we are actually shit. So, for Tottenham, you got Bentancur, Basuma, and Højbjerg at this moment in time. For Liverpool, you got Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago, and Harvey Elliott. Who are we going for in midfield?
Let's do the obvious.
No, let's just put Thiago in.
It's Skip. Come on, get him in there. Let's get Skip in there.
Let's get Thiago in first because that's
actually I'm not trolling these guys because guaranteed Skip scores a bicycle kick at the weekend or something. So.
Basuma's not actually been that great. Bentancur's been decent.
I feel like
Højbjerg, I think, might need to be in there. You know,
I personally, I do like Højbjerg. I think like he scored some good goals for Spurs. He scored an important goal in their last game against Marseille. But he's a bit. When I speak to Spurs fans, and my granddad's a Spurs fan, and he's got mates that are Spurs fans, so I speak to them about their team, and they're always conflicted on Højbjerg. Sometimes he's really good, and then other times he's terrible. But I'm personally thinking like a 3-man midfield. I would still go Basuma. I still go Basuma in the 6, to be honest. Like I feel like I know since he's been at Spurs, he's not really played a lot, and he's not been particularly great. But I think speaking to the guys last night, they were saying that he's just not buying into the system quite as Conte wants him to. But I think if you played 4-3-3 in the way that Liverpool would traditionally play it, seeing the Basuma that was at Brighton, I feel like he would be perfect for the 6, which is why a lot of Liverpool fans obviously wanted him at our club. So,
yeah, I'm trying to think.
Is his court case and stuff finished now, or is he still?
Yeah, no, that's all done. How do you spell Højbjerg?
Hojbjerb.
Yeah, been an I there for some reason. So we've got Thiago and Højbjerg. You reckon Basuma goes in as well?
No, I'll go Basuma instead of Højbjerg.
You go Basuma instead of Højbjerg?
But let's discuss the third, because who's our options? Elliott, Henderson.
Elliott and Henderson for us, I would
Fabinho.
say. And Fabinho. Let's just leave Fabinho over. And then you got Bentancur, Basuma, and Højbjerg for Spurs. And to be fair, Højbjerg and Bentancur have been decent for Spurs this season.
I like Bentancur, to be fair. Bentancur, yeah. I like him. I think he's quite a tidy little player. I feel like for us, though, my midfield 3 would be Thiago, Basuma, and Bentancur. It would, yeah.
Right, the forward line. What are we going with the forward line? Well, Mo. And I just put him in straight away. I'll just put the 2 obvious ones in. Hang on. Let me just put the 2 obvious ones in.
We do currently fit, yeah?
Yes.
So can't put Diaz in.
I mean,
yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that because it makes sense. For
they're the obvious two. They're the obvious two.
Yeah.
Who plays on the left? Son injured at the moment.
Ain't it mad? Ain't it mad? You can't pick Son. You can't pick Diaz. You can't pick Jota.
They're all injured, so we can't put them in a combined 11. So if they're injured, we can't put them in a combined 11. So
it's got to be a Liverpool player because
it's got to be Darwin, ain't it?
It's got to be because Spurs don't have any other forwards.
Oh, there we
There's
go.
There's a chance that Kulevski's back. That he might play some minutes at the weekend.
He's going to play like 10 or 20 minutes.
Me personally, I would go with that. Yeah.
If Kulevski and Son were fit, this could be a different thing, but they're not fit at the moment. They're not playing. But this is what's fit at the moment. That's our combined 11. Richarlison, no.
Richarlison's injured anyway, so he can't.
Yeah, Kopish, they've got to put Kane in, man. He's got 10 Prem goals in 13 games this season. I can't.
What I would say,
I can't leave him out.
What I would say is if Kane does the whole false nine thing, drops deep, turns his head, and then looks for Salah and Nunez running, that could be devastating.
That would be. There we go. That's our combined 11 there, guys. So how many Spurs players have got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
3.
But we're like 9 points behind them. But they've got 3 players in our 11. That just shows how shit we've been, really, don't it?
Yeah.
But I'd actually agree with that, to be fair. I don't think there's a Spurs defender better than our ones.
Everybody fit, okay.
Everyone fit is different. I think everyone fit. It might be a bit.
Who would get in then? I think Diaz would get in, wouldn't he?
You'd have Diaz over Son, would you?
Based on this season, yeah.
Yeah.
Based on last season, no.
No. Then Diaz, Salah, Kane and Salah, they're the ever stays, aren't they? And then, but yeah, Bentancur, I like that midfield has got quite a lot of balance in it, actually.
I'd still have Bissouma instead of Højbjerg, but
yeah, Bissouma ain't played much, though, has he?
Yeah, it is a bit strange that he's not played. I think he'll play at the weekend, by the way. But it is a bit strange that he's not played because
who's that?
Bissouma.
Oh, Bissouma. Yeah, he might do because they might have to change it up because.
But I mean, I'm going to show my lack of knowledge of a 5 at the back system. But I mean, if you're playing as the midfield in front of that, I mean, how much is there to really know? Do you know what I mean? I don't understand.
All right, hang on. Let's go to a 3 at the back. Hang on. So let's go 3. Let's do this. All right. So Trent would. Who would be so? Well, there you win back straight away, so that's done. And then Højbjerg would have to go.
No, because you'd lose.
So who would your back 3 be? Who would your back 3 be? Oh, see, Romero's still. So hang on, I'll take Højbjerg out.
I think Romero and Matip is pretty hard to choose between, to be honest. Like maybe just Matip just for like the midfield runs, just so he can go on his adventures.
Could do. Let's get Spurs man in there. Just make it.
Yeah,
nice.
Let's be kind, and then make it a bit more balanced.
Nunez out. Who plays the 10 position?
Okay,
because neither team play that sort of way, do they?
I think Kane kind of plays, and not so much this season, but especially under Jose, he did kind of play as a 10, more of a 10. Get Nunez up front. Go on.
I'm doing it. There you go. And then, would you have Pearce? Would you have Perisic over? Robbo is a left wing
Yeah,
back.
because Perisic's flaws are that he can't quite cover the ground particularly quickly, and he can't do full 90s and all of this and that. But in a 3-man, with the 3 men at the back, especially Virgil on that side, and then Thiago and Benacer covering, I feel like he can just do what he does best and just put quality balls in the box from that left-hand side.
Yeah.
I feel like Robbo is the better footballer, but a lot of what Robbo's good at is his energy, his work rate, his tenacity. And I don't think that's necessarily, although it's great, it's not necessarily needed as such. I would rather someone who's a bit better of a cross with a ball from them positions.
So there we go. Even if we big up Agal, how you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well, Agal. Go and subscribe to Agal Talks Football, guys. Go and check him out. Big up to you, my man. So if we're going at a 3 at the back, it's still Van Dijk, Romero, Canate, Bentancur and Thiago sitting with Kane as that sort of like deep false 9 coming in. Trent as right wing back, Perisic left wing back, and then Salah and Darwin up top. With all the players available. That's quite a team. It's quite a team.
Yeah.
And then we get Trent in sort of the position everyone wants him in. And that defence is solid. Romero, Van Dijk, and Canate. Good luck. That's quick.
And then you got to get by Ali. Jesus Christ.
And then you still got to get past Thiago and Bentancur sitting there.
That's solid, isn't it? That is a solid team, to be fair.
I mean, Matip is very close to getting into that team as well.
It's a combined 11. And we've not got so many Spurs players in. That's why I was happy with Romero. But stick Matip in there, perfect. Yeah, fine, no problem.
There you go. There's 2 teams. So Spurs fans, big fan players in there. We're playing 3 at the back. Perisic plays. We're playing 4 at the back. Robbo plays left back. Pick the manager now, Jamie. If we're playing 4-3-3, Klopp. If we're playing 3 at the back, Conte. There you go. Diplomatic answer.
On the fence answer, you're going to hear.
Most diplomatic answer I can give you. Oh dear. It's a bit of fun. Ain't it? It's a bit of fun, all that stuff. But no, look, it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. The game on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it because I think it's a game we can actually. I think it's a game we can actually win. To be fair. With Scotland's performances right now. I think it's going to be a tight game now. I think it's going to be a tactical battle. I think
that's my fear.
I think Spurs going to proper sit back. You know, when you haven't got the counter-attack in Kulusevski and Son, and Richarlison's injured as well. So you really only got Kane there. You got Gill and Lucas Moura, but nowhere near the same quality. So that counter-attack, that limits their counter-attack as much. But if you play Liverpool this season, the way to beat Liverpool is pressing our midfield. And if Tottenham do that, the problem is if Tottenham do that, if you play 3 at the back, they could leave gaps up there. And if you leave gaps up there, you literally tell Darwin and Salah not to come back. Just cheat and stay on the halfway line because the ball will eventually get to you. So I think Tottenham are going to play proper deep and sit in.
I agree. But if you think about it, Bissouma, Højbjerg, and Bentancur, they could dominate our midfield, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not if Thiago's on it, on his top game, then he nullifies any midfielder. I don't care who they are. But 3v3, I personally think they've got more energy, more fight in that midfield. And they could actually, dominate. But then they're so blunted up top that where do they go from there? I do think they'll sit back. I just really hope that we don't have this same game that we've seen so often where we just hit a low block and we just don't know what to do. And then literally the clock's just ticking down and it's where are we getting a goal from? I know it's easy to say and we always say it, but an early goal would be massive in this game. But
it's got to be, yeah.
I think hopefully we've got a bit of if it does turn out to be that kind of game, I hope we just remain patient and do the right things, get the overlaps, third man runners into the box from midfield, maybe a bit of creativity from set pieces. If the in swingers or the out swingers ain't working, maybe just go short. We might change the angle of the ball coming into the box. Maybe if the game's going that way, I would like us to just have a bit of variety in our play, and try and force, not force the issue, but, make something different happen. I don't want to be sat there watching the game and 90 minutes pass and we're just hitting a brick wall the whole time, and it starts getting frustrating, because I do think we need to win. It's still early, really early in the season, but we could be, coming back after Christmas, miles off the pace, and like not have the opportunity to only play these teams once again. So where do we claw the points back on them and stuff? I think these opportunities are going to start running out. We need to start beating these teams that are above us. So we need to get that win.
No, definitely. I mean, this is the league table here. Let me just show the league table, because even if we win 2 games, we're still behind quite a way, you see. So here we are. So Man United 5th with 23 points at the moment. Chelsea 21, Fulham 19, Brighton 18, Liverpool 16 points. Them 2 losses against Leeds and Forest killed us for momentum. So if we do win our next 2 games, say, I think that puts us on 22 points, is that?
Yep.
So that only puts us 6th. Right? Chelsea and Arsenal are playing each other, so they're going to take points off. Really, we just want Arsenal to win that game, really. The Chelsea drop points. And if that's the case, we'll be above Chelsea before the World Cup. Or it could possibly be above Chelsea before the World Cup, in a way. And then Man United have got Villa in the next game, so they're winning that game. Newcastle got Southampton, they're probably winning that game as well. So we really need to beat Spurs. If we don't beat Spurs and Southampton, you can kiss goodbye to top 4. Be 2 points, too much behind, too much work to do. Too much work to do. We can do it. It's possible if we win these 2 games and we're around this 6th area. By the time we come back from it on Boxing Day, we'll only be hopefully 3 to 4 points behind the top 4 then. So definitely.
I don't know if you agree, Jamie, but in my opinion, I think that we're going to have to beat these teams above us, because everyone keeps saying, Liverpool are the team that can put this 10, 11, 12, 13 winning run together, because we've done it in the past. But this team is different. I know, we've got a lot of the players of old, but we do play slightly differently now. And the players we've got in there, the system changed once Thiago came in, and now we've got Nunez, and we've got the injuries out on the left. But even when Diaz is back, I feel like when people say Liverpool are that team that can put that run together, I'm a bit like, I don't think there's evidence that this team can. I feel like the team of last year and the year before can, which is a crazy thing to say because we've still got a lot of the same players, but I don't know if this team can. So I feel like we're going to remain inconsistent. I think we'll be better, but I still think we'll be inconsistent for the remainder of the season. And then I think, you've got to get the wins against the right people then to get in that top 4. But
I mean, before we play Tottenham, we could actually be in 14th. Before
with Bournemouth.
Actually be 14th. We could actually be 14th.
What's relegation? What are the relegation people on right now? 11.
Yeah,
great.
We're all right. Yeah. So these 2 are must win, man. Because the way I look at it is that I know Newcastle are doing extremely well at the moment. They're 4th place. They've only lost 1 game. That was actually to us. But I just don't. I know they're only playing once a week and might have a bit of momentum, and they're probably by in January. But I just don't think they will stay in that area this season just yet. So they will drop some points. Fulham will drop points. Brighton will drop points. And Chelsea are a very strange team at the moment as well. And they will still drop points. So really, we need Arsenal to win. Just Arsenal win, or even a draw. We win our next 2 games, and we keep Chelsea and Man United in our sights, and just make sure, Newcastle and that will drop points eventually. And then when they do, we need to capitalise. That's the thing. We need to capitalise on it. And if we don't, then we ain't got a chance. But after the World Cup, we don't know how it's going to be, man. We don't know how many players are going to be physically and mentally exhausted, injuries for other players.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing so much football. Look, we played the Champions League. That last Champions League game should have been played in 6 weeks' time. Second week in
Yep.
December. It's just madness.
There are still a lot of twists and turns to go yet. Yeah, you're dead right.
It's just madness how it's all going. And we have to win our next 2 games. There's just no ifs or buts about it for me.
Do you think at this moment in time that we'll get top 4?
Yeah, I still think we'll get there because the quality in the players we do have in this team is still higher than Newcastle and Chelsea for me. But
yeah,
they just got to get their act together.
Mm-hmm.
They literally got to get their act together. I mean, we're getting players back from injury now. I do think we've only got Jota, Diaz, and Matip out.
Yeah, because I think like Naby
injured now, and Milner because of protocol, but he will be back the following week anyway. So long term, I think it's only Matip, and the 2 left wingers.
I think the thing that helps us with the top 4 sort of fight is that like all them teams that are in and amongst it in the minute, they're all capable of beating each other, and like they're all capable of taking points off one another and dropping points as well. So
yeah,
like I don't think, as I just said, I don't think this team could put at this moment in time, maybe next season, but not at this point in time. I don't think they could put like a 10-game winning run together. But I feel like they could put like a 4 or 5, and then maybe a couple of inconsistent results. You know, maybe a loss and a draw thrown in there. But I think over the course of like 10 games, I think we could be capable of winning like 7, say. But I feel like that would be enough because all the others are pretty similar.
We've got to beat everyone above us, so that's what we've got to do.
I do think we need to take points off them, yeah, definitely.
We've got to beat everyone above. If we do win our next 2 games, I'm actually pretty confident we will finish 4th. Especially if we actually go to market in January and buy someone. Everyone comes back fresh, hopefully. We haven't got that many players going to the World Cup either, so in our squad. So hopefully everyone comes back, they're fit, they're ready to go, do a bit of warm weather training, relax, chill out.
If there's some truth in the fact that players are a bit distracted by the World Cup, you know, across the league, not just our players, then that's actually a bit of a positive thing for Liverpool, because when the players all come back and the Premier League starts again, if all the players go back to being tunnel visioned and focused on their clubs and the Premier League and Champions League, depending on what they're in, Liverpool have got the best quality out there. So if everyone's mindsets are focused again, then we've got the upper hand, because you know our players are better than most others in the league, and our team is better than most others in the league. It's just the mindset and the focus has been a bit distracted. I personally believe for some of the players. So I think, you know, when everyone comes back from the World Cup and that's in the past, it's done, out of the way. The remainder of the season is just what you achieve with your clubs. I think, you know, you talk about the likes of Virgil and stuff. Once they're back and they're just concentrating on Liverpool, that would make a big difference. Fully focused, yeah. So I think it'll be a good thing. I think we'll be one of the teams that kind of benefits in the new year from the World Cup being finished. Like you say, we've not got loads of players going. You just hope that the ones that are going come back injury free, because we have important players going. That's what I would say. You know, if we lose Virgil, that could be quite big.
Do you know what's mad though? If we actually won them 2 games like we should have against Leeds and Nottingham Forest, we'd actually be on 22 points now, which is 2 points behind Newcastle in 3rd and 4 points behind Tottenham in 3rd. And I would actually go a step further and say it's still game on.
Oh, it is, yeah. No, but definitely not out of it.
Not just for top 4, but for everything. But because it wouldn't be far off. And you give yourself a little like, here you go. And then if you beat Spurs and that, you're like, oh shit. Like,
that's true. Momentum's massive. That's very true.
Them 2 losses to Forest and Leeds have absolutely killed us. Because don't forget, when we were losing them games, the others were not picking up points either. It absolutely killed us, and we would have been right on top of everybody.
Yeah,
we'd have been right on top of everybody if we beat Leeds and Nottingham Forest like we should have. And that's what's irritating about it. Really,
it's
is.
frustrating, but actually, you know, it's a good thing because it still keeps us in with a chance. Whereas if teams will get winning the games we expect them to, we'd be even further adrift. So
That's the thing, though. This season, I think everyone's going to beat everyone. It's a weird kind of season. I could just see teams taking points off everybody, and we got to beat who's above us. It's as simple as that. We just got to beat who's above us.
Yeah,
and hopefully it happens. But guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. When we end, guys, when this video ends, you'll be taken to a brand new video. It's my watch along on Sunday for Tottenham versus Chelsea at 12 o'clock. You'll be taken straight to that video. Could you all please leave a like on that video straight away, please? Because that will help the video grow massively before Sunday. Gets more eyes on the channel. So once this video ends, guys, no one go anywhere. Let the video end. You'll be taken to that video straight away for Tottenham versus for Chelsea versus Arsenal. Please leave a like on that video straight away, guys. I'd appreciate it. From me and Cav, thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
See you soon. Bye-bye.